Definitely agree with you, and we're hopping on board with Cherished here. This is going to be a banger series, Garrett. All these guys so competitive. This might be one of the most competitive matches we see in pool play.
All right, look at King J, bro. He's rolling his way out, trying to get right down into U-turn. Dakota stands no chance with players sitting on both sides, and it's an easy first couple of points for Team LVT as they're able to get to bottom mid right away. But I mean, look at that. Straight Sick just immediately goes back in and recaptures for his team.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of favor this side of the map. It feels like it's just going to be easier to look down range and kill players that are trying to get into B from the opposite side. Love these rotations too. There's just lots of quick routes that you can hit to basically throw your opponents off.
Diagram's taking this position. This is something I noticed from Formal so often in the last tournament. People love to sit hotel with this sniper rifle. Any reasoning as to behind that, Eli? This is something we weren't quite seeing in Halo 5.
Yeah, I mean, that little ledge that he jumped on there is a great spot to jump and kind of dodge grenades. You can also have that deep angle all the way into the top yellow ledge, which is a common spot that players spawning in yard will jump out of. You can also have a full sight line of all of dip, which is a place players often try to run when they're weak. So it is a great place to snipe, honestly. You can also see all the way into the U-turn area, and you're a bit safer than you would think.
Hey, you know, no scopes in, and look at the spawn trap that they have. They can spawn them over at Looper Blue. Looks like Gunplexion will be the first up. Biggie's gonna get that information for the team. They're gonna start working on this collapse as Gunplexion is working his hardest to get his, oh no, oh, the team nade, oh no, Gunplexion goes down. Cherish gets 2 with 1 grenade.
Yeah, that's not the start you're looking for. King J with the 0 on the board right now. You have to imagine he's going to heat up here at some point. All he needs is that sniper. We've known him to be one of the best snipers in the game. So with that 3-minute mark coming up on the clock, I think that's going to be where he starts picking up the game here.
Already using that QT, but QT was short lived. It's almost like the things that are more valuable on the map than the QT is like this thruster that we're seeing in the back pocket of Biggie.
Yeah, I think the QT, the real value you get out of it is if you're able to proc the initial portal somewhere else that you might want to return back to later. I don't like using it top mid, but sometimes you feel like you have to because otherwise you might die. I don't know. It's hard to find the perfect conditions to get full value out of the QT so far.
Oh, Diagram thought he had it, but it was a last-second contest from somewhere. Reset, and they're going to have to go back in. LVT Halo instantly get it right back in their possession, but it's a great spawn by Gunplexion, able to get 2 players out right away. But, I mean, Trenbolone, they just need to find some sort of spacing on the map and score. It's just been all LVT.
What I'm noticing from LVT is they're holding tram, glass, snipe, this entire half of the map essentially, which is forcing Trenbolone to spawn in the kind of flowers and blue area. And it's kind of hard to get any zone from there. If Piggy just holds this back wall by A, he can kind of stop any players from capping it. They don't mind giving it up in this exact moment because they still have BC. It's not that hard to play defense while they try to leave this area. So I love what I'm seeing from LVT.
There's still 2 more sniper shots left. Hits the double jump to get at the S4. Some clean movement. And he's going to get rewarded with an instant headshot. Looking for the next player that's pushing straight sick. You better keep your head covered. Go down to the U-turn. The Grand Shicey takes the bullet instead. And, well, I don't think anyone's going to survive. Cherish hits the pre-fire. On the other side was straight sick. And, well, 3 players go down for Trenbolone.
Is it just me, or did Cherish like hit a new level in the last, I don't know, 5 months or so? He just seems to be, he's just playing on another level that I don't feel like he was playing at in previous seasons. He feels so confident on the map. This man's 14-4 currently. Every game that I've witnessed with him in it recently, he's just been putting up massive numbers, leading his team to victory. This kid is very talented.
Nearing victory. He's been getting used to like the movement of Halo Infinite. I feel like he's taking that next step with the movement in the game in particular. He's moving like those cracked out kids that come to play the game. You know, like a cycle. It's just been really impressive to see. Obviously, he came from, I believe, Apex before, right? So having to adapt to his first Halo game, and Well, I think this is the first time he's had a prolonged roster to build with, and when you have players like King J, I think they just give you a little bit more freedom to play across the map, and we saw that game.
Yeah, I think we're seeing, really a teamwork diff. Let's be honest. This LVT team's been together for a long time. They have thousands of reps together at this point. Trenbolone probably formed either last night or this morning. Probably haven't practiced at all, but they're full of good players that can, make a good impact on this tournament. So not too surprised to see such a blowout in game one. I think Live Fire Slayer is certainly going to be the game mode that Straight Sick and company will be able to perhaps come back and get a victory. Slayer can be very coin flippy. It's going to really come down to the team that gets all the items on the map. If they can secure enough overshields, they could definitely take this one.
Live Fire Slayer up next. So many power weapons, the classic map, and what we saw, Diagram was hitting some big shots with that sniper before. Maybe he's going to be picking that thing back on up once again. Honestly, this LVT Halo squad, it really felt like they had no one in their way the entire game. So I wouldn't expect things to drastically change between game one and game two with how much slaying power they had.
Absolutely, but off to the start here, it is a 4-0 start for Trenbolone. Are they going to be able to get this overshield though? It's going to be the question.
King J had the better position to fight for it, but the numbers in favor of Trenbolone, and all the extra shields go into the hands of Trenbolone, and Dakota getting some great damage downrange, but LVT taking care of it pretty quickly. Not gonna let this game get out of hand too fast. They're able to take care of the overshield, and now a sniper in the hands of Cherish, who's been, oh my god, phenomenal throughout today, and he's not done yet. Players pushing. It finally goes down, but a little bit of a highlight reel to start off today's game.
The awareness to do that, I feel like you've had to have been in that situation multiple times in the past to just quickly hit a body shot, immediately turn to look at the grenade. That just felt like he's done that 100 times. That was a very smart play there.
Strong ult from Gunplexion. I'm trying to figure out where that spike grenade really landed to take down Cherish, but definitely nice little play from Gunplexion to break their way out, and you're gonna start to see LVT Halo. They're trying to chase through and get these players, but Trenbolone playing together, not gonna be able to find these players right away, but it's almost like a stack of red that come to just attack at one.
Yeah, not a big fan of this push by LVT Halo. That's it. Like, you do want to send players toward the nest side, but without a player that's kind of anchoring on sandbags or crossing top mid simultaneously, that push is much weaker because obviously Trenbolone just able to play defense in one direction makes it a lot easier.
Shiesty right on top of the triple kill from Shiesty. Able to get the extra shields, and LVT's in danger, spawning over at back B, and Shiesty in some quick movement to get right into this action. In this corner, Diagram's going to be the first one that gives the info. Breaks off half the shields, but the heat wave's going to be too much. Killing spree for Shiesty as he's able to pick up a double, and LVT Halo all see the respawn screen.
This game's getting out of hand quick, and it's off this just kind of flow-oriented play style. They're basically, after they get several dead, just spreading back out and pushing the next spawn point. They're forcing a specific spawn point and then collapsing on it. And it really doesn't matter how good your teamwork is if you spawn and you're getting shot in the face from two different directions. So love what I'm seeing out of this Trenbolone roster this game.
He's able to get two, hiding in this corner. Biggie does eventually go down. Now I felt like maybe their first moment of resurgence. LVT Halo gets a few kills. They'll have a little bit more time to breathe and recuperate. Oh my, Cherish.
Yeah, holding this tower area is so crucial with this sniper. Gives it up though. Goes in the hands momentarily, but get it right back. So far, the defensive effort has been strong from LVT. I mean, a lot of teams would not get a single kill out of some of these situations, so Team LVT not out of this yet.
Players from LVT up at top mid, but great plays by Shiesty, staying alive, gets the kill, and the overshield coming up in 15 seconds. This is really the battle for position, and Shiesty is just unleashing his full potential. 12 kills, 4 deaths throughout this game thus far. Really feels like he's been taking his game to the next step.
Yeah, he's been on fire, mostly due to that heat wave control. Such an important item to control. Cherish now gets it. And with this new overshield, you have to imagine he's thinking he wants to kill as many players as possible to help his team get this power up.
Here we go. Here comes the push. The nade's going to be successful. 2 more players from Trenbolone are there trying to get on top of this overshield. Gunplexion will get the extra shields, but instantly burned is his shields. He is going to be able to come away with his life. That shroud screen basically helping him in that position. Somehow Gunplexion is still alive. He's been given second, third chances with this life, and he's not letting it go to waste thus far.
Yeah, great teamwork and coordination out of Trenbolone during that play to keep Gunplexion alive. You saw his teammate kind of shoulder blocking alongside the cuts. So Gunplexion just had a safe route to get out. Finally is taken down though. And this game's within 10, not over yet. I feel like if it gets up to about a 12 kill difference, that might be where it becomes a little bit too much.
Lives are going to be more valuable than ever. You're already seeing Trenbolone finding trade after trade. Dakota's one shot. That nade will come through and get the damage. Trenbolone spawning over towards B. And this is where the spawn traps traditionally happen. A very fragile position for Trenbolone as LVT Halo gets ready for their push. Basic though breaks out right away, able to get that first kill. Just 9 more to go, and he's gonna win another one with the help of Shiesty. A great break from Trenbolone getting their trade.
Don't look now, though. It's only a 6-point difference, Garrett. I love to see the play from King J. He was actually on an island away from his team. You could see it in the bubble, and he waited till his teammates started fighting before he revealed himself, able to get enough damage for his team to get a couple more kills. They're right back in this.
Overshield could determine they can make the comeback or not. King J able to strike first. They go up to the sandbags. Ooh. Oh no, Gunplexion's down low. He's going to be able to get the kill, but they've lost their position. Straysick and Dakota combined for 2. 5 more kills to go. Cherish goes down. That overshield still on the ground. It's an all-out fight. Can Diagram put it on? No, and the cost is just too great for LVT. They're throwing numbers, but there's just nothing they can get away with. This will be game 2, looking more and more likely to go to Trenbolone as Dakota puts on his extra shield.
All comes down to those micro moments fighting for the OS. Just 1 kill getting finished as the player is trying to proc it can be literally the difference between winning and losing the game. You have to imagine if LVT was able to proc that OS with just, I don't know, less than a second to finish it, they could have came back and won that. But great plays all around from Trenbolone. It felt like they had a good sense of awareness when they had to keep the aggression up throughout the game to keep LVT on the back foot, because they respect LVT and they know if they give them any space, they're going to take it.
Oh, Recharge King of the Hill up next, and well, you always know that players at the game that's like a coin flip, right? Team comes out hot, they can usually take it. Doesn't really matter if they're considerably better or considerably worse. No, that's the map for upsets. If you want to prove that you can make this upset a reality, it has to start on some sort of objective game type. Recharge King of the Hill is going to be their next opportunity for Trenbolone. And honestly, what's your goals if you're Trenbolone right here? What do you need to do in order to take this game?
I mean, you got to stick to the fundamentals, because realistically, LVT has been playing on these maps and modes for so long. They have a game plan in every situation. You have to just stick to the game plan. You know, control the parts of the map that matter for each hill. Get there ahead of time. Don't waste time, and don't go on solo ops on the other side of the map, because they're gonna punish you if you end up, you know, in a spot that you're not supposed to be, and they're also going to beat you to the space if you don't take it for yourself. So looking to see Trenbolone play good, sound, fundamental Halo, and players like Straightsick, who have been playing this game for 100 years, should be able to do that.
Enemy team. Well, everybody should know, they know that Trenbolone pushed through that turbine. Cherish looking to get that tower position, and LVT Halo will come out and get the opening bit of time. No contestation from Trenbolone as they opt to go towards that shock rifle position and said, oh my God, Diagram just broke his ankles down and sent that man to the respawn screen. That is an outgun if I've ever seen one.
That was a really good strafe by Diagram. Super fast. I have to imagine he plays on a high max input threshold, because his Spartan was shucking and jiving. Looked very hard to shoot that man. Good plays from Diagram.
Two players from Trenbolone immediately pushing out, trying to break out the spawns over at C Flat. King J coming to get the support with this shock rifle. But his teammates falling down, and the hill time be getting a little bit in the favor of Trenbolone, as they're going to be able to get these C Flat spawns, but it's just going to be constantly a fight over here at the back of C.
Yeah, both teams favoring this spawn point. It is the best part of the map during this hill. Also great to hold for the hill afterwards. So you're going to see really just fighting over here constantly before anyone even sets foot in the hill. You'd have to imagine they're going to get some semblance of control before they feel comfortable to do so. Usually sending a player top glass to force the enemies to spawn in A specifically as well.
Oh, fantastic start for this game from Diagram. 7 kills, 1 assist, and they'll get the first hill on the board as well. One more shot left with this shock rifle, and you have to imagine you cross this door, you're taking damage. 2 players at once, so Diagram not going to be able to handle that sort of pressure, as the rest of LVT Halo is going to have to respond. Look at all this damage. You're getting down range, but Gunplexion once again somehow manages to stay alive and break the spawns for Trenbolone.
At the same time, though, King J makes a great play to... Oh, I thought he was able to proc the camo. He didn't proc it in time, so now this is actually looking quite good for Trenbolone to get control of this. They're going to wait till they have a bit more space on the map to work with. I actually love this play to not move at all, right? Like, they're looking around trying to find the camo guy, but guess what? He didn't move from where he procced it, which is, like, that's not what you expect at all if you're the other team, right?
No, I mean, Gunplexion is playing phenomenally right now. He played musical chairs to get that camo in the first place, and now he's just dissecting the rest of the team. He runs out of camo. I think he was expecting that repulse to come up right away. It almost looked badass how he's getting control of everything. But the rest of the team needs to step up to Gunplexion's level right now. Right now, it just seems like LVT Halo, they're winning a lot of these perimeter fights while Gunplexion is doing his best to basically stave off the rest of his team.
Yeah, Gunplexion choosing to just gatekeep that entire avenue to get to the hill, but eventually is taken down. And now that becomes the weak side of his team, and they're going to have to push in through the long haul instead. But it's going to be easier for LVT to play defense against one direction instead of also checking their back the whole time. So looking for LVT to continue to keep control of this area.
Able to find that kill over at bottom mid, but King J standing strong at the very back, trying to influence these spawns, and Cherish on the other side with the new shock rifle somehow. I'm surprised Tracy gets 2 assists right there. He's gonna find the 3rd kill as well. He was in between all the action, but gets away with his life and changes that shock rifle into Gunplexion's hands.
Love this play too. So
Enemy about to score.
The team Trenbolone is currently forcing these spawns in A, so Gunny knows that he can just watch this doorway and gatekeep them from crossing into the tower. The way they're able to force the spawn is by having that last player top gold, showing great awareness of the fundamentals like I talked about. They're doing a lot of things right here, Garrett. They could actually take this one.
Camouflage into the Shiesty's hands. Do they find the incognito player? Shiesty does go down, so Camouflage not going to play much of an impact, and LVT Halo did win the rotation towards this next hill, so they will be getting this opening time. But Gunplexion, this man's like a human wrecking ball when he comes through, and oh my god, he's moving fast as he's trying to find Piggy. The help is there to take down Gunplexion, but already we're seeing that movement play a new impact.
Yeah, that little like turn to the side quick, like corner curb slide, I don't even know what to call it. It's like, it's a little bit different. You can just pick up a lot of speed very quickly with those quick slides. I feel like it wasn't very easy to do that during the last patch, but this patch we're going to see that a lot, because that means you can start flying in the middle of a BR fight and really throw off the aim of your opponent. Love to see Gunny already put it to work there.
The rest of LVT Halo just not in position to help on this push. It looks like Trenbolone will get some scrap time to start, and here comes the pushback from LVT Halo. Cherish will go down first. The trades are starting to come through. Who will out-resource the other? And it looks like Gunplexion's team will stand strong.
Wow.
LVT Halo go for it down.
Trenbolone's not even waiting for each other. They're just spawning up and throwing themselves at the hill. I think that is a side effect of the new movement tech. You know, sometimes you don't have to wait for the perfect push if you know your next spawner can launch themselves across the map in an instant. Wow, love the aggression out of Straight Six team here.
Have to get into the hill. They need to contest. There we go. LVT Halo gets the break, but who else? Straight Six, who helped get this opening break, will help finish the second hill for his team. Great positions from him. Doubles that go into the kill feed. Camouflage up once again, and Trenbolone have the better position to fight for it at the moment. I'm not sure who got away with that camouflage, though.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, but we do see Trenbolone also has the shock rifle. I feel like anytime I've ever seen Gunplexion on this map, he's just got the shock rifle for at least half the game. And he is already putting it to work. What a shot that was. That was disgusting.
Took the hill.
And suddenly this game could be getting out of hand for LVT. And oh my God, look, it used to be a little bit harder to hit that. You'd have to hit it from a certain position, but you can just launch yourself to get yourself towards repulse. And well, Gunplexion, shock rifle, repulse in this position, that's about everything you could possibly ask for.
Oh, he wanted the next repulse cooldown. Didn't have enough time to wind it back up, but his team still got significant time out of that. Are they going to be able to break this setup, though? It's one thing to be able to hold a setup, but it's a whole nother thing to be able to break a setup. And I think those kind of situations definitely favor the more experienced team that has more reps together.
Two players from Trenbolone able to break out that back spawn. King J trying to keep them out of this hill with some well-placed grenades. But already you're starting to feel pressure from all sides. North, east, west, does not matter. They're coming from every direction, and King J sees the respawn. Piggy's doing his best, but there's just 3 players to deal with. Cherish and Diagram, they need to clean up the mayhem that's in this bottom hill before too much time goes the opposite direction. Oh my God, they're lining them up. They're taking them down, but 2 players stay alive. King J's gonna do his best to find the finishes.
Some people watching this might be thinking, wow, Gunplexion is an actual psychopath for just launching himself over to the repulse platform during that fight, but it's actually so smart. It pulls the reticle and attention all the way to the other side, which gives his teammates a bit more space to work in the close quarter situation, and just adds that much extra pressure. So, wow, really great stuff out of Trenbolone. I did expect this one to go to LVT Halo. With a minute 30 on the clock, Trenbolone probably going to opt to play time here. All they have to do is gatekeep this hill for another minute and a half, and the game's over. So we'll see how they choose to play this one.
And just immediately breaking the spawn. Get through. Dakota will jump into this hill, so it is just a little bit faster at the moment to get this hill, but
right,
you're always thinking that you're giving LVT Halo maybe a chance to get back into this game when you're not letting that neutral timer tick down.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, yes, you can get this time, but the next hill is also very hard to get. It's the bottom mid hill, so with a 2-point advantage, I think it generally makes sense with about a minute 30 on the clock. This is kind of like my threshold to say, you know, this is a good time to play time. But I also don't blame them for trying to get the time when they're able to. It does apply a little bit of extra pressure as well.
LVT Halo looking to find the spawns. A player lurking at the top of the elevator. Dakota does not know that position. Cherish will get the kill, but here comes Straight Six for the trade. Straight Six gets the kill and will get the spawn, and this is what you're looking for, right? Get the spawn so you have the refill ability. It's going to be up to Straight Six to stand strong, and honestly, Straight Six, we haven't been talking too much about him, but I really feel like this guy's been in the right position, right time, and look at that assist call from him. 16 assists.
I have noticed an interesting thing, Garrett. I feel like the longer players have played Halo, the more assists they get. It's just a thing, man. I feel like you just know where to be, you know where to shoot, you know how to help your teammates. I myself am proud to say I get plenty of assists when I play, and I feel like Straight Six kind of the same way. He just knows how to deal damage anywhere on the map, knows how to position himself to stay alive so that he can keep dealing damage. And I think that just really comes from being a veteran and playing the game for so long.
LVT Halo so close to getting this one. Trenbolone putting in their last resources, their last effort to try to steal away this hill and prevent it from going back to bottom mid, but I don't think they're going to be successful at that. Now the question has to be begged. I mean, they probably put 30 seconds into that hill.
Yeah.
And you have to think, what would you rather have, that 30 seconds in the hill or off the neutral time right now?
Exactly, yeah, and that's why I usually recommend, if you have a 2-hill advantage and there's less than 2 minutes on the clock, it's usually a good idea to start thinking about it, especially on this map because the 2 hardest hills are the needle and bottom mid hills. So it's pretty easy to keep another team out. You can just wait for them to get in and take angles to gatekeep them. So I think this one is probably over. It's going to be very hard for LVT to get any semblance of control in the next 10 seconds here.
Trying to do his best to get this kill, but Complexion might have just put the nail in the coffin. The first objective for Trenbolone looks to go their way as it's desperation time from LVT Halo. Piggy goes down, and that's going to be it for that game. And honestly, a very strong performance from players like Complexion in that game, and a 3-2 victory against a very good LVT squad.
Before the game, Garrett, you asked me what I thought they had to do. I said stick to the fundamentals, and I saw that time and time again. I mean, even though these 4 guys probably don't have a ton of experience playing with each other as a unit of 4, they have plenty of experience on these game types in general, and they're prioritizing the right parts of the map to get control. They're dealing damage when it matters. They're making smart, good heads-up plays. They're controlling the items on the map. I mean, they're just doing everything right. You don't really need significant reps if everyone just kind of knows what to do, and they're putting that on display right now.
Yeah, honestly, we didn't see a lot of straight 6 plays throughout, like on our screen primarily. I'll say I think he played a huge impact, just playing that sort of ratty middle position and getting those shots down range, getting those huge amount of assists and getting cleanups when they needed them the most. Honestly, really impressed with how this team's come out, especially for, this is like the newest iteration of this squad. Obviously, Darkest Hour, they broke up after their last few performances, players going out their different ways, and well, this is one of the rosters that they formed. This is the first time that we've seen these Darkest Hour players without that core, that core team in a while, and this is their chance to like really put some hype on their name. And I've been really impressed with Shiesty and Dakota thus far.
No, I have to agree with you. I know Dakota's been playing a long time. I think I ran into him on the Master Chief Collection playing Halo 3 before Infinite even came out. So he's probably got some reps with Gunplexion, maybe Straight Stick 2. Look at this.
Oh my, this is interesting.
He's in their base in 17 seconds, Garrett.
Yeah, problem is there's no follow-up play. I was curious whether they had a strategy as to why he would do that, but
I think his
behind enemy lines.
Yeah, it looked like his goal was to stop the sniper player, but then he saw his teammates were falling, so he decided he needed to come back and make sure that the other team didn't just get a free flag cap because he wasn't in the play. So makes sense to rotate back. I think if you make that play and your team gets a couple kills at the same time, it could lead to a early flag cap. So very interesting to see there.
They scored on this map. 2 snipers in the hands of LVT Halo at the moment, and want to light up the kill feed. Piggy's going to be able to find himself a double kill, and well, that's going to let LVT Halo start to fly forward on this map.
Sniper's so impactful on this map. If you can get 2 of them in your hands, you can really put a hurt on the other team. You have to be careful though. If you're not getting into the base fast enough after you get the kill, sometimes the timing with the spawners is hard to deal with. With everyone on LVT Halo so far pushed up, there could have been some players on Trenbolone that spawned at the halfway point of the map as well. No, it looks like they all did spawn back because LVT did die, but had they still been alive, the other team could have spawned at the 50-yard line. That's not what you want to see on this map.
Well, diagram's saying hidden. Trying to let these players get forward and maybe get some great damage down range. Here we go. First fight, and a huge win from Trenbolone right there in a better position. Great predate from Diagram, but the shots just did not ring true.
Dakota putting on the movement and hitting the shots. Great plays. Now he's got the other team sniper that just spawned at the 10-minute mark. That means that their team could have 2 snipers here.
This flag just keeps moving forward though for LVT Halo. They're just throwing numbers at it, and it's working. Dakota needs to hit some big shots. There's 3 players ahead of him, but that flag, it's almost home. And wow, kills are going in favor of Trenbolone, but LVT Halo, they just will the flag forward.
That was actually incredible. They didn't even try to turn around and kill the sniper. Somehow sniper having no impact there. Kind of would have favored maybe Dakota to take a different angle, maybe even in the window to try to snipe the flag player, but felt obligated to push up, LVT just caps it anyways by sheer force of will.
Cherish, oh my god, he still has so much sniper ammo to work with. That's what stagers, when these snipers start getting away from you, you give players like Cherish an opportunity to really keep this game and the momentum on your side. Piggy finds the first pick, and here comes the rest of Trenbolone. But the problem is it might just be Swiss cheese for them as players are in all the positions. Straight Sick just takes a stray right through the shoulder. Cherish hits the no-scope, and the push from Trenbolone is stopped.
There's 3 dead. This is the time to advance on the map. Right here, Cherish knows that his team is pushing on the left side, thinks they might be influencing spawns toward the sniper. That's why he zoomed in on that spawn point right there. Now the push comes through. Piggy dies on the pistol side, so I think this flag's gonna get run on the snipe side. They're gonna expect the spawners to be in the back of the base and bottom pistol here.
And Dakota's gonna take a bullet to the stomach. Shields go down, no movement for him anytime soon. Diagram has that better position to keep fighting for that flag. He will pick up the assist. Cherish will get the assist from Diagram's help, and the last player alive goes down. And here we go. Flag is on its way. A new sniper ammo for Cherish to work with.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see on the side of Trenbolone. So every time a kill goes in the team's favor who's running the flag, it gets that much more likely to cap. Cherish able to multitask with the sniper. And now they're just going to
kill him.
Try to get out to the base again here.
Hey, I mean, he has 1 death throughout the game. He's had a sniper in his hands for what feels like 90% of it. Cherish has just been a pain in the ass for Trenbolone, and well, they are still dealing with it. These sniper bullets are just picking them up left and right.
I think he's also had every grapple. One thing I noticed about this map is a lot of players just forget that grapple exists, but it's so good. If your team gets a few kills, it's the fastest way to get in and get a flagpole. You don't have to worry as much about players spawning on you as you grab it. But it also is helping Cherish live forever here.
I got Straight Sick ported back, and he just took a bullet from Cherish that he was shooting at someone else right away. Oh, here we go. I mean, Cherish is just staying alive, and with 1 grapple left, he has quick access to anywhere he needs to go. 1 more player, they all go down. Cherish is 10-1 to start this game. They just can't deal with the young kid.
What a turnaround, too. On the other side, Grand Shiesty popped off in the last game, the last 2 games, now struggling to find his footing in this one. It's just 1 cap to go for LVT.
King J doing a great job getting some damage. It's going to allow Cherish to pick up this flag, and he is soaring away, letting King J deal with all these players. Although they haven't gotten a kill, that flag is so close to home, and Cherish tries to grapple it just a little bit too far, and Straight Sick will finally take care of that important player and get the return.
Not only that, but he gets a sniper and a grapple for his efforts. Not sure if he's going to use the grapple to grab the QT. I think the grapple might be more useful right now when his team needs 3 caps.
Sniper can change this game. Straight Sick and his team is just dominating the back base of LVT Halo right now, but you have to be aware of the spawn outs as Straight Sick takes King J's head off immediately from spawn. There's nothing LVT can do, and they're gonna have to give up their first flag of the game.
Such a heads up play by Straight Sick. One thing that players don't realize is you can't block all the spawn points, and that's what we're seeing on both sides. Both teams understand that you can't block both sides. You can only block one. Otherwise, the other team's going to get better spawns. So Straight Sick, knowing the exact spawn point, just takes a player off the map immediately, keeping his team in advantage for another 10 seconds, which gives him that flag cap.
King J, tip of the spear, trying to get through, but his teammates are following. There's no one to help him on this push. And eventually, LVT Halo go 3 down. And Diagram, although he gets the kill, he can't move forward. He has to track all the way back towards his own base because of how many kills Trenbolone was able to get. Shots down range still. Straight Sick not able to win that fight, and that's going to open up a lane for King J to push through. And oh, maybe a little too aggressive. Wow, one shot. King J tries to get forward. Dakota takes care of it. One sniper shot left. He's trying to keep Cherish at bay.
Yeah, Cherish threw a great grenade there to keep him one shot. Knew there was only so many places he could have been hiding there. And 4 minutes on the clock. That means the new set of snipers and the quantum translocator are back up. This sniper's still on the map. If Trenbolone's going to come back into this, they're going to have to get that sniper and hit some shots here.
Oh, don't peek. Straight stick goes down. Cherished. With one more sniper shot with that flag being out, he can put the dagger in the Trenbolone. You just have to let King J get across his corner. That could have been so clean. Oh my God! Across the map, Cherished throws a player onto the respawn. It's desperation for Trenbolone as they're trying to fly into the base of LVT Halo, but there's nothing they can do. The respawns are in. LVT Halo are getting to the finish line, and King J punches this one in with the help of Piggy and crew. Oh, this is gonna be
I think it's over. I think
so
it's over.
close.
I think it's over.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything they can do, man.
Yeah, that was, I mean, a great Herculean effort to stop it, but just one player being on that side of the map, it's not going to ultimately lead to a victory. They did everything they could to stop it, but wow, we're going to a game 5, Garrett, and it's going to be on streets of all maps. I feel like this is going to be a crazy one that we get into next.
I mean, fast, right? It's so fast. It's faster even now, and so much utility to use. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. This is how you do the coin flip, right? 50-50 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, this is I love a good game 5 to start a broadcast though.
Absolutely. I mean, this map, we've talked about it every time. There's just a lot of guns on this map, and you got to pick them up. And all these guys are talented and know how to use them. With that Bulldog and the new slide mechanics being even faster than before, I feel like the Bulldog's even more powerful because you can launch yourself into close quarter situations a bit easier. Same goes for the Sentinel Beam. That gun shreds up close. It does have a damage fall off at distance, but the team that controls all the weapons is going to be probably the team that wins, but it's also the team that's fastest to suffocate the spawning players on the other side. This map is so small, you can often kill players in PD and back A, and then just hit a few slides and you're suddenly shooting a guy that's spawning in C just moments later. So the team that's able to collapse most effectively back and forth across the map and get in the spawn trap, it's going to be good, but it's also a game 5, so both teams might opt to slow down a little bit more than they would otherwise and play a bit safer. We'll have to see.
Chargers went right for those rockets, but Trenbolone was set up, baited those through, and the rockets will go into their hands. Oh my diagram. Wow. I mean, that was a tough situation for LVT Halo, but he somehow gets away with that stalker rifle, gets some big shots, and it's going to be a brawl in the bottom of the map. Look at LVT Halo. They just force their way towards those rockets.
We just saw stalker shot after stalker shot just deleting the members of LVT, or I think it was Trenbolone there. And there's still a rocket left to be played with. This rocket has changed hands so many times. Look how fast-paced this is. Every time our observer tries to find someone on the map, they're just dying instantly. We're already 8-8, and it's been less than a minute in the game.
Oh my God, that thing is gnarly. Sometimes, bro, the Sentinel Beam can just delete people off the map. And well, LVT Halo, this is a position in which they need to find kills. You have to trade out at minimum. You cannot afford to get collapsed on this map, and Diagram will be the first one to go. Piggy finds the stick, and it's just Cherish and Piggy who are working together. Cherish has a 1v2, and he gets both those players one shot. It almost felt like he's gonna get a bolt, but Diagram cleans up the scraps. Double kill for him, and LVT Halo are starting to find a way to break out.
You know, I know you didn't mean to do it, but you called them Cherry there. I feel like that'd be a perfect name for their team if they did a 2v2 tournament. Cherish and Piggy, Cherry, it's perfect. And they work so well together in this game so far.
Rocket's coming up in about 5 more seconds. Straight Six doing his best to try to keep these players away, but a teammate's gonna spell his demise. King J able to find the cleanup, and now Rocket's in his possession as well. And he's playing awfully aggressive into the spawners of Trenbolone. He spots one. The second player, I think, is on his radar. He will get the second pick. Oh, and he comes back for second helpings. He might find himself a third. King J is on a rampage as he flies into this back base.
Man, you can see the level of confidence on this man. He just wants to rush them down and let them know that he is the king of this map right now. But it is currently tied 19-19. Piggy very good with this red gun. I've seen him pop off with it before. Looks to be a bit in LVT's favor right now as far as positioning and weapons goes. Let's see if they can actually convert this into an advantage and continue the spawn cycle.
Well, finally, they're going to be able to get these players kind of corralled into one spot. You can see the red room spawns come in. Trapped over at B is Trenbolone. They have to break through, and it's the stalker rifle that started this game for LVT, and it's the stalker rifle that might just end it. This is a devastating effect. Players from Trenbolone are just starting to see the respawn screen in perpetuity. Players spawn up at a cafe, and this spawn position is well known. And Piggy, he's going to be let loose. He's looking for some truffles to devour over at the back of A. Here we go.
Love the play out of Trenbolone there. Piggy knowing he has to anchor the Ivy spawn so the other team doesn't spawn behind him while the rest of his team pushes up to the planter side, essentially forcing the enemies to spawn back A in cafe, and he's ready to gatekeep them off the side. But LVT playing well to take space off of their spawn point, able to actually neutralize the situation and bring it back just a little bit. Still a 9-point advantage for LVT.
Speed just seems to be benefiting them. And Trenbolone, the trades just aren't there anymore. Cherish able to play this wall effectively. Rockets are still up, but he's still alive, able to reposition. The Rockets do swap over to the hands of Trenbolone, but Cherish is putting down so much pressure with his BR, not able to find that pick. And this is the opening that Trenbolone's been looking for. Rockets in their possession. Players from LVT Halo starting to see the respawn screen. Finally, a huge swing for Trenbolone.
Yeah, the thing is, when your team gets advantage on this map, you have to be quickly in possession to keep steamrolling if you're going to bring it back. So easy to just trade out for the rest of the game. They've only got 13 deaths to work with. Don't want to trade out at all right now, so we're going to have to look for some very efficient play from Trenbolone to come back in this.
Oh my God,
Wow.
King J got away with murder. The blueberry hits the tippy toes of Straight Sick, and that might just change everything for LVT Halo. That flank never comes through. They're able to find their trade outs, and they're gonna get some much needed space on the map.
You're exactly right. That play gave them so much space. That player was going to be a nuisance in this B pillar area, but taking him off the map made it much easier for them to get the next sequence of kills. Are they going to be able to keep the pressure on and close this game out, though?
King J's hiding at the back. 3 players from LVT Halo on top of each other towards Cafe. Diagram gets the first. Piggy gets the second. They're all falling down. Complexion has a stalker rifle and a dream. Seeing this game slip out of his hands. He's looking to propel his team forward, but it's going to come off some big 3 shots that he needs to hit right now.
Look at the spread from LVT Halo right now. They spread out into these positions, actually backed up a little bit towards A after they got several kills to just guarantee that all members would spawn trapped in the tram area, and they know how to play defense to a team trying to get out. Having this player up at top heaven to keep Gunny from having any escape options. Wow, great positioning from King J as well. They're just covering every single exit route.
King J gets the damage down, but Cherish gets the finish. His team was quick to respond on that damage, and it's a one-on-one. Oh, hey, Dakota keeping his team in it. That could have been the dagger play for LVT Halo, but just 3 more kills. Trenbolone, their game is in danger. Just 1 more. Who gets it for LVT?
Gonna be Diagram. Wow. Great plays that game on the side of LVT. I think experience with one another does help on that game type. Like you said, the speed was playing to their favor as well. But really just pressing their advantage state to its max was what won them that game.
A great performance from Straight Sick over on Trenbolone. 16 kills for his team at the end there. But I mean, I think they are just playing too much like a unit. LVT Halo really had that bond that you were looking for getting those cleanups. I think that flank play that King J made where he was at the bottom of those purple stairs and you saw Cherish immediately answer his damage, I think that's when you knew, like, yeah, there's just no shot. They're coming back. Piggy and King J combined for 30 with 15 apiece. Just beautiful plays from them as they really started to find speed in the second half of this game.
Yeah, honestly, great performance from Gunplexion and the team. I mean, these guys are going to be a major threat for anybody else that runs into them in this tournament. I did say there's only 16 teams, and they must be one of the top 8 seeds, but I don't think they're going to have a problem with the rest of the teams in their pool. We'll have to see.
All right, guys, that's our first round of pools between, I believe, Group A and Group B. We're going to be moving on to the other groups for our next round. Stay with us. We'll have more Halo action coming up soon.
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause.